Hey, everybody, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And this time we're going to be looking at some vocabulary.
That's right.
Some really impressive vocabulary that you can use to improve your communication.
Yeah, these are some really interesting words, and we're not just going to give you the definitions. We're going to talk about how to really use them.
Yes, exactly.
In your everyday life.
So the first word that we have is ebullient.
Ebullient.
It's a fun word to say.
It is.
It's kind of bubbly.
It's bubbly. You're right.
What do you think it means?
Well, it means overflowing with like enthusiasm and excitement.
Yeah, it's like that feeling you get when you land your dream job or you ace that exam you've been studying for, and you just like want to tell everybody you're just like radiating joy.
Radiating joy. I love that.
So ebullient.
Ebullient, exactly.
But then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have perfunctory.
Perfunctory. Yeah, it's like going through the motions without any real interest at all.
Like when you say happy birthday to somebody, but you don't even look up from your phone.
Yeah, or like you're just, nodding along in a meeting, but you're not really paying attention.
Yes, you're not really there.
You're not really there.
Perfunctory.
Perfunctory. And actually this word comes from the Latin word, meaning to perform hastily.
Oh, interesting.
So even back then, they understood that like doing things without care or attention.
Without really putting your all into it.
Exactly.
It has an effect.
It does.
All right, so we've gone from bubbly enthusiasm to just going through the motions now. Let's talk about someone who handles pressure with grace. We're talking about aplomb.
Aplomb. Yes, this is one of my favorite words.
This word just sounds so sophisticated.
It does. It means like an unshakable self-confidence, especially when things get tough.
Yeah.
It's about staying cool, calm, and collected no matter what challenges come your way.
It's like a skilled surgeon performing a complex operation.
Exactly.
Or like a diplomat navigating a high-stakes negotiation.
It's really about maintaining that outward sense of poise and grace, even when you're maybe feeling a bit nervous inside.
So it's not just confidence. It's like confidence plus grace under pressure.
Yes, exactly.
All right, now let's move on to a word with maybe a less glamorous connotation.
Sycophant.
Ooh, sycophant.
You know the type, someone who's always buttering up the boss, showering them with insincere praise?
Yeah, the yes man.
The yes man or woman.
Yes, always agreeing with the boss, even if they're wrong.
Right.
A sycophant relies on excessive flattery to gain favor.
And they're not really being genuine about it.
No, they're not. It's all about getting ahead.
Have you ever encountered a sycophant?
Oh, I think we all have at some point in our lives, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not a pleasant experience.
Not a pleasant experience.
No.
So let's move on from the world of flattery to the realm of idealism.
Okay.
With the word quixotic.
Quixotic.
This is such a lovely word. It's almost whimsical.
It is. It's like a whimsical word.
What does it mean?
Well, it describes something idealistic and romantic, but often impractical.
Okay.
Or even a little unrealistic.
Oh, like Don Quixote tilting at windmills.
Exactly like Don Quixote.
He had these grand ideas that weren't really rooted in reality.
Right. He was mistaking windmills for giants.
Right. But it's about having big dreams and aspirations, even if they don't always align with reality.
Exactly. And it's like, those childhood dreams we all had, like becoming an astronaut.
Oh, yeah.
Or writing a best-selling novel.
Right. Those grand visions.
Those grand visions.
They may or may not come true.
Right. And they may not always work out, but there's something to be said for that quixotic spirit.
That willingness to dream big.
Exactly. To believe in the impossible.
Yeah. Okay. So from the realm of dreams, let's turn our attention to the fleeting nature of time.
Okay.
With the word ephemeral.
Ephemeral.
It sounds so pretty.
It describes something that lasts for a very short time.
Mm-hmm.
It's transient, fleeting, like a shooting star streaking across the night sky.
Or like the scent of flowers in the spring, you catch a whiff of it and then it's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Carried away by the wind.
And that sense of impermanence, that knowledge that something won't last forever.
Often makes it even more precious, wouldn't you say?
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah, you really have to savor it.
You do.
Okay, so shifting gears a bit, let's talk about a word that can be used for both good and bad. Obfuscate.
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 Yes, it means to make something unclear, to deliberately cloud or obscure the meaning.
Okay.
It can be used in a playful way, like creating a riddle or a puzzle.
Yeah.
But it can also be used to manipulate or deceive.
Like those dense legal documents that are filled with jargon.
Yes.
That nobody can understand.
It seems like they're intentionally trying to hide something.
Right.
And, it's important to be aware of that tactic, especially in this age of information overload.
Right, when we're constantly bombarded with information.
Yes, think about how some news sources might present information in a way that's designed to sway your opinion or hide certain facts.
So it's all about thinking critically.
Exactly.
And discerning what is genuine from what's deliberately misleading.
Yes, and speaking of discernment, our next word is all about recognizing beauty in its most refined form. Pulchritudinous.
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 Go ahead and say that one out loud.
Pulchritudinous.
Pulchritudinous.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but it's such a luxurious, elegant word.
It really is.
It just means beautiful.
It does. It just means beautiful.
But it's like a fancy way of saying it.
It's a very sophisticated way of saying beautiful.
Yeah, it's like the kind of word you would use to describe a masterpiece of art or a breathtaking sunset.
Absolutely. Or like, someone who possesses like a rare and captivating beauty.
Yeah, pulchritudinous.
Pulchritudinous.
Okay, speaking of evoking a sense of awe, let's talk about the art of storytelling with the word raconteur.
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 Yes, this is someone who's not just a storyteller.
Right.
They're a master of the craft.
They're a true artist.
They have that ability to captivate an audience with their words.
Yeah, like when you're sitting around a campfire.
Yes.
And somebody's telling a story.
And everyone is hanging on their every word.
They paint these vivid pictures with their words.
Yes, and they bring the characters to life.
So do you have a go-to story?
Oh, I have a few.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I do too.
I think we've all got them.
Yeah.
But let's get back to our word list.
Yes, let's get back to the list.
Our next word describes a personality trait that's, let's just say, less than desirable. Supercilious.
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 That sounds kind of snooty.
It does. It's all about arrogance and disdain.
Okay.
Think of someone who looks down on others.
With that condescending tone of voice.
Yes, and a sense of superiority.
It makes you want to roll your eyes.
It really does.
Like, oh, please get over yourself.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so supercilious is definitely not a compliment.
Not at all.
It's the opposite of humility.
It is.
All right, let's move on to a word that's closely related to sycophant, but with a slightly different nuance. Obsequious.
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 It emphasizes excessive obedience or attentiveness, often to the point of being insincere.
So like that overly eager salesperson who agrees with everything you say.
Yes, even if it makes no sense.
They just want to make the sale.
Exactly. They're trying too hard.
Yeah.
And it comes across as phony and manipulative.
So obsequious is not really a genuine form of respect.
No, it's not.
It's more about trying to gain favor.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's sneak into the realm of secrecy with the word surreptitious.
Surreptitious. I love that word.
It sounds like a spy movie.
It does. It describes something that is done in a secret or stealthy way, usually because it's something that wouldn't be approved of.
So like sneaking out past curfew.
Yes, or like having a secret meeting.
A clandestine meeting.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, are there ever situations where a surreptitious approach is actually necessary?
Like what?
Like in a case of whistleblowing.
Oh, yeah?
Where someone needs to expose wrongdoing without putting themselves at risk.
Right, that's good points.
So it really depends on the context.
Right, so surreptitious, not always a bad thing. Okay, let's face the realities of life with the word vicissitude.
Vicissitude.
Vicissitude. This one sounds a little bit heavy.
It is a bit heavy. It refers to the unexpected changes and challenges that life throws our way.
So we're talking about job loss, illness.
Yes, relationship breakdowns, natural disasters.
Those unwelcome turns of fate.
Exactly.
That really test our resilience.
They do.
Life isn't always a smooth ride.
It's not. It's full of twists and turns.
So these vicissitudes, they can be really tough.
They can be, but they can also be opportunities for growth.
You're right.
They can make us stronger.
Yeah, they can teach us valuable lessons.
Exactly.
All right, now this next word might sound intimidating, but it's actually pretty fascinating. Verisimilitude.
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 It's a long one.
It is a long one.
It's all about creating the appearance of truth or reality.
Especially in art and storytelling.
Yes. Think of a book or movie that was so well written that you felt completely transported into that world.
Like you forgot you were reading or watching a movie?
Okay. Exactly. You were right there in the story.
That's verisimilitude.
Yes. It's about blurring the lines between reality and imagination.
In a way that completely draws you in.
Exactly.
All right. And now for our final word in this part of our vocabulary exploration, ineffable.
Ineffable.
This one's for those moments that are so profound, so overwhelming, that language just can't do them justice.
It describes something that's too great, too awe-inspiring.
Too deeply felt to be expressed in words.
Think of witnessing the birth of a child.
Or seeing the Grand Canyon for the first time.
Yes, or maybe having a profound spiritual awakening.
Those moments that leave us speechless.
Yes, Not because we have nothing to say.
But because words just don't seem adequate.
Exactly. It's a reminder that some things in life transcend language.
All right, so there you have it, our first set of words for today's deep dive.
But we've got plenty more.
We've got lots more words coming up.
So stick around.
We'll be right back
After a short break.
with another dose of linguistic enrichment.
Yes.
Don't go away.
And we're back with more incredible vocabulary.
Ready for round 2.
All right, let's jump right in with mellifluous.
Mellifluous.
Go ahead, say it out loud.
Mellifluous, it rolls right off the tongue.
It does.
It sounds sweet.
It does kind of like honey.
Yeah.
Well, that's because it describes something that sounds sweet and pleasing to the ear.
Okay.
Think of a soothing melody, a gentle stream, a voice that's smooth as silk.
Like listening to your favorite singer.
Exactly.
Or a beautifully played piece of music.
It just creates a sense of calm and harmony.
Yeah, it's very relaxing.
Speaking of creating harmony, let's shift gears to a word that's a bit more assertive.
Incisive.
Incisive. Think of a surgeon
Oh,
making a precise cut with a scalpel,
okay.
or a detective skillfully dissecting a case to uncover the truth.
So incisive suggests a sharp, keen intelligence.
Yes.
A way of thinking or communicating that's clear and direct.
It's about being able to cut through the clutter and articulate your thoughts with precision.
I like that, cut through the clutter.
Yeah.
So if mellifluous is like a soothing balm for the soul, then incisive is like a laser beam.
A laser beam of focused intelligence.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's move on to a word that captures that feeling of being completely absorbed in something, enthralled.
Enthralled. Have you ever been so captivated by a book or a movie that you completely lost track of time?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Me too. That's what enthralled means.
To be completely fascinated and captivated by something.
Yes, to be so engrossed in something that you lose yourself in the experience.
It's like being transported to another world.
Exactly, through the power of storytelling.
All right, let's shift gears again to a word that describes something both impressive and intimidating, formidable.
Formidable. Imagine coming face to face with a lion in the wild.
Wow.
It's a magnificent creature.
Yeah.
But it also commands respect,
Definitely.
even a bit of fear.
Yeah, I would be scared.
That's the essence of formidable.
It's something that inspires awe and respect.
Yes, often because of its size, power, or skill.
So it could be a formidable opponent in a competition. Or a formidable challenge that we have to overcome.
Exactly, or even a formidable intellect that leaves us feeling a little humbled.
So formidable can be used in a variety of contexts.
It can.
But it always conveys a sense of power and respect.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, from the awe-inspiring to the unyielding. Let's talk about a word that embodies resilience and resourcefulness. Indomitable.
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 This describes someone who is unconquerable, who refuses to give up no matter how tough things get.
So they have this inner strength, this unwavering determination
Yes.
to overcome any obstacle.
Think of historical figures like Nelson Mandela or Rosa Parks.
Oh, yeah.
They faced immense challenges and setbacks.
Yeah, they did.
But their spirits remained unbroken.
They're examples of true, indomitable spirit.
Exactly. They remind us that even in the face of adversity, it's possible to maintain our integrity, our values, and our belief in a better future.
Such powerful examples. Yeah. All right, let's shift gears now to a word that's all about clarity and conciseness. Laconic.
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 This word describes a style of communication that is brief and to the point.
Okay.
It's about using words sparingly but effectively,
Huh?
conveying a lot of meaning in a few well-chosen words.
Like those iconic movie characters who deliver those memorable one-liners.
Exactly.
They don't waste words,
No.
but their words have impact.
Yes, they do.
All right, let's step into the realm of mystery and intrigue with the word enigmatic.
Enigmatic. I love this word.
Me too. It's so mysterious.
It describes something that is difficult to understand or interpret, something that's shrouded in mystery that keeps you guessing.
Like those classic detective novels.
Yes.
With their twists and turns.
And those characters with hidden motives.
Yeah, they keep you on the edge of your seat,
They do.
wanting to unravel the mystery.
It's that element of the unknown, the unanswered questions that makes enigmatic individuals or situations so captivating.
Very intriguing. Okay, from the mysterious to the magnanimous. Our next word is all about generosity and forgiveness.
Magnanimous.
Magnanimous.
This word describes someone who is noble, generous, and forgiving, especially towards a rival or someone less powerful. It's about rising above pettiness, showing compassion and understanding even when it's not easy.
So like those moments in history when leaders chose peace over war.
Yes.
Or when forgiveness paved the way for reconciliation and healing.
Exactly. Those are examples of true magnanimity in action.
That's a powerful concept.
It is.
All right, let's shift gears now to a word that's all about precision and attention to detail. Meticulous.
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 This word describes someone who takes great care in their work.
Okay.
Who pays attention to every detail, no matter how small.
Like a surgeon performing a delicate operation.
Yes.
Or a watchmaker assembling a tiny watch.
Or an artist meticulously crafting a masterpiece.
It's about striving for perfection.
It is.
Taking pride in your work.
And understanding that even the smallest details can make a big difference.
All right, let's talk about a word that's often used to describe someone who's achieved a high level of recognition. Renowned. Renowned.
It means to be famous and respected for a particular skill or achievement.
So we're talking about world-famous musicians.
Yes.
Groundbreaking scientists, award-winning authors.
Athletes who have broken world records.
People who have made a real impact.
Exactly. They've achieved a level of excellence that has earned them recognition and admiration.
On a global scale.
Yes.
So renowned is a pretty high honor.
It is.
Speaking of inspiring others, our next word is all about wisdom and sound judgment. Sagacious.
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 This word describes someone who is known for their wisdom, their ability to make sound judgments, and to offer insightful advice.
So like those mentors or advisors
Yes.
who have guided us through challenging times.
The people we turn to for guidance.
Yeah, the ones whose wisdom and experience we deeply respect.
They embody that combination of knowledge, experience, and empathy.
That allows them to offer truly insightful perspectives.
Exactly.
Okay, from wisdom to daring.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a word that embodies a bold and fearless spirit. Audacious.
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 This word describes something that is daring, bold, and often risky. It's about pushing boundaries, challenging the status quo, and pursuing your visions with courage and determination.
So we're talking about entrepreneurs who launch groundbreaking companies.
Yes.
Explorers who venture into uncharted territories.
Or artists who break the mold and redefine their craft.
Those who dare to dream big.
And take those leaps of faith that often lead to extraordinary results.
All right, from the daring to the debonair, let's talk about a word that embodies charm and sophistication. Suave.
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 This word describes someone who is sophisticated, charming, and confident in social situations.
They have that certain grace and polish, that effortless charm.
Yeah.
That makes them both appealing and persuasive.
Think of those iconic movie stars who just exude charisma.
Oh, yeah.
Or those diplomats who navigate complex negotiations with tact and finesse.
Those who just seem to effortlessly glide through social situations.
Exactly. They possess a combination of social intelligence, confidence, and a genuine interest in others.
That allows them to connect with people on a deeper level.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about a word that describes something inspiring and uplifting. Exalted.
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 This describes something that is noble, lofty, and inspiring.
Okay.
It's often associated with feelings of awe and wonder, a sense of being elevated or lifted above the ordinary.
Like witnessing a breathtaking natural wonder.
Yes.
Or experiencing a profound moment of spiritual connection.
Or being moved by a powerful piece of art or music.
Those experiences that touch our souls.
Yes.
And leave us feeling inspired and uplifted.
They stay with us long after the experience itself has ended.
All right, from the sublime to the undeniable, let's talk about a word that embodies certainty and truth. Incontrovertible.
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 This word describes something that is undeniable, unquestionable, and cannot be disputed.
So it's based on solid evidence, logical reasoning,
Yes.
or widely accepted facts.
That leave no room for doubt.
Like scientific laws that have been proven through rigorous experimentation. Or historical events that are well documented.
Or mathematical theorems that are based on fundamental principles.
Those are the cornerstones of knowledge,
They are.
the foundations upon which we build our understanding of the world.
Exactly.
Okay, from the certain to the timeless, let's talk about a word that embodies respect for age and wisdom. Venerable.
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 This word describes something that is worthy of respect due to its age, wisdom, or character.
Like those ancient trees that have stood for centuries.
Yes.
Those historical landmarks that have witnessed the passage of time.
Or those wise elders who have lived long and meaningful lives.
They embody a sense of history, continuity, and resilience.
That commands our respect and admiration.
They remind us of the importance of preserving our heritage, honoring our past, and valuing the wisdom that comes with age and experience.
Absolutely.
From the ancient to the abundant. Let's talk about a word that describes something plentiful and overflowing, copious.
Copious.
This word describes something that exists in large quantities that is abundant and plentiful, like a library filled with countless books.
Yes.
Or a garden overflowing with flowers.
Or a writer with a wealth of ideas.
It's about having more than enough.
Yes.
Being surrounded by abundance.
It's a reminder that we live in a world of abundance.
With countless opportunities for exploration, creativity, and growth.
Exactly.
And from abundance to eloquence, our next word is all about the skillful use of language. Articulate.
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 This word describes someone who is able to express themselves clearly and effectively,
Okay.
both in written and spoken communication.
So we're talking about those gifted speakers.
Yes.
Who can captivate an audience.
Those writers who craft elegant and persuasive prose.
Those who can express their thoughts and feelings in a way that's both clear and compelling.
They possess a strong command of language, a way with words that allows them to communicate their ideas with precision, clarity, and impact.
They remind us of the power of language.
Yes.
The importance of choosing our words carefully.
And the impact that clear communication can have.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this part,
We have.
but we're not done yet.
There are still a few more words.
A few more gems to uncover.
Well, so stay with us
We'll be right back
for the final part.
of our vocabulary adventure. We're back and ready to wrap up our vocabulary exploration with a few more powerful words.
That's right. We've saved some of the best for last, and this next word is so common, you've probably heard it countless times. Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous. It
Oh,
does
wow.
sound familiar. What does it mean?
Well, think about it. What's something you see almost everywhere you go these days?
Let me think. Smartphones, maybe, or coffee shops on every corner?
Exactly. Those are both great examples of things that are ubiquitous. They're so common, they're almost part of the background noise of our lives.
It's funny how something can be so widespread, yet we might not even have a specific word for it.
That's the beauty of language. There's always a new word to discover, okay, from the commonplace to the practical. Let's talk about pragmatic.
Pragmatic, that sounds like it's related to being practical.
You're right. Pragmatic is all about focusing on what actually works, what's achievable, instead of getting caught up in theories or ideals.
So it's about finding practical solutions to real-world problems.
Exactly. Instead of chasing after lofty goals that might be out of reach, a pragmatic approach is about taking small, achievable steps toward progress.
It's about being flexible and adapting to circumstances, finding the most effective path forward, even if it means making compromises along the way.
I like that, finding the most effective path forward. All right, let's shift gears now to a word that's all about stirring emotions and creating vivid imagery, evocative.
Evocative, it sounds like. It has something to do with evoking emotions.
You gotta think of a piece of music that gives you chills, or a painting that makes you catch your breath, or a story that transports you to another time and place. All of those are examples of evocative art.
It's like the artist is reaching into your soul and pulling out those deep-seated feelings and memories.
Exactly, and it's that ability to connect with us on such a visceral level that makes art so powerful it transcends language and speaks directly to our hearts.
Now, from the realm of emotions, let's move to the world of knowledge, erudite.
Erudite, this word describes someone who has a wide range of knowledge, especially in areas like literature, history, or the arts.
They're the deep thinkers, the bookworms.
Yes, they're often voracious readers and lifelong learners.
The kind of people who can quote classic literature or recite historical facts with ease.
Exactly. They enrich our lives with their knowledge, their curiosity, and their passion for learning.
And speaking of passion, let's talk about a word that embodies originality and groundbreaking ideas. Innovative.
Innovative. This word describes something that is new and original, something that breaks the mold and introduces a fresh perspective or approach.
Like those inventors who create life-changing devices.
Yes, or artists who revolutionize their field.
Or entrepreneurs who launch those groundbreaking companies that disrupt entire industries.
Exactly. They're the trailblazers, the visionaries, the ones who see the world differently and aren't afraid to take risks and pursue their ideas.
Even if those ideas seem a little bit crazy at first.
Right? They challenge conventional thinking and come up with creative solutions to existing problems.
Okay, from the groundbreaking to the fleeting, let's talk about transient.
Transient. This word describes something that lasts for a short time and then disappears.
Like a shooting star.
Yes,
Yeah.
or the changing colors of leaves in autumn.
Or maybe a fleeting feeling of joy or sadness.
Exactly. It's about recognizing the impermanence of things, understanding that change is a constant.
And learning to appreciate those moments of beauty or connection, even knowing they won't last forever.
It's a reminder to live in the present moment, to savor those experiences while they last, and to find beauty in the ebb and flow of life.
I love that, savor those experiences. All right, let's talk about a word that emphasizes truth and authenticity. Veritable.
Veritable, it means being truly or very much so.
Okay.
It's often used to emphasize the truth or authenticity of something, to add weight and credibility to a statement.
So if you say you have a veritable mountain of work to do, you really mean it?
Exactly. You're not exaggerating. There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into the world of complexity now with the word intricate.
Intricate. This word describes something that has many interconnected parts. Something that is complex, detailed, and often beautifully crafted.
Like a beautifully woven tapestry.
Yes. Or an elaborate piece of architecture.
Or a scientific theory with many interwoven components.
It's about recognizing the complexity and interconnectedness of things, understanding that sometimes the most beautiful or interesting creations are the ones that take time and effort to truly appreciate.
And that brings us to the end of our vocabulary journey today. We've covered so many fascinating words.
We have from ebullient to ineffable and everything in between.
I feel like my vocabulary has expanded tenfold.
I hope you feel empowered to use these words in your own conversations and writing.
Absolutely. And remember, the best way to master new vocabulary is to use it.
That's right. Don't be afraid to sprinkle these words into your everyday life. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
So go out there and unleash your newfound eloquence on the world.
Until next time, keep those mental muscles flexing and keep exploring the wonderful world of words.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.